Hi guys, it's indeed my pleasure to have Sakthikannan and Gajapathy, both from Cognizant, and both of them are basically going to be our esteemed speakers for 88 GTR 2022, which is the 7th edition, and they're going to speak on a very interesting topic, which is automated accessibility testing, enabling accessible product delivery to clients without discrimination. I would request Gajapathy and Shakti to quickly introduce themselves, and then we'll talk about their topic. So, Gajapathy, can you? How do we say your name? Is it because
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
Gaj there?
Gajapathy, and you can say Gaja. Yeah,
Gaja, go ahead, please. Yeah, we would like to hear more about you.
yeah, yeah. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, hi. This is Gajapathy, and yeah, actually, I have total 11.5 years of experience in Cognizant Technology Solution, and yeah, at the moment we are in the current UK-based location, and yeah, so yeah, here I am working on the estate role, and I mean, we started working on the accessibility testing for the automated way using the Xcore plugin to automate the application and I mean, getting the all the details for the violation details, and we can fix accordingly. And yeah, this is pretty much about myself. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Gajapathy actually, when he says SDAT, he is an expert in accessibility testing. He is a automation UI tester. He knows REST API automation, and he is a performance tester as well. So he's being humble in giving his introduction here. Thank you so much, Gajapathy, for giving us a quick intro. Shakti is there with us. Shakti is also co-speaking on two other topics. I think we have done a couple of interviews with him already. So Shakti, as we all know, is an SDAT and he knows everything. That's what I know. So, but still, I would like to hear more from you, Shakti. Go ahead, please.
Cool. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Gaja. This is Shakti, and I'm working for Cognizant for 13 years, and I'm a test manager here. But in my client location, I'm working as an SDET and giving solutions right from the 3 amigo sessions, that is like in Agile, right? So right from the 3 amigo session, like refinement and stuff like that, till you complete your sprint, like retro and things like that. So wherever possible to test, we are giving solutions there, and keeping in mind that having shift left model, pushing everything to the left so that you can complete stuff as soon as possible, and then you can deliver that to the clients. That's what I'm working on, and I'm an because I'm an estate, I have a kind of good experience in React Redux and JavaScript development as well. Along with Gajapathy, I work in accessibility and visual regression testing and performance testing, and in other NFT activities as well, like device compatibility, browser compatibility, Google Analytics and stuff like that as well, actually. Yeah,
very nice. Me. So as I told you, you have heard him. Both these guys are experts, and Shakti knows everything, Gaja knows everything as well. But this topic is very close to me, and it is all about accessibility testing. So can you quickly highlight few things about it? Don't dwell too much. I want people to come into your session. So if you can excite people and tell what and why accessibility testing is important and why this session would be really meaningful to them, that would be great. So Gaja, over to you. Yeah, or Shakti.
Yeah.
So if you think about accessibility is something like it's for everyone. Okay, so because we are able to see, we are able to touch, we are able to feel, we are able to hear, but there are differently abled. If you are developing a website without accessibility, without enabling the accessibility features in the website, that you are discriminating them. Discrimination is not a simple stuff. It can be, even if you are discriminating 1% of the population, that's not right. Because we live in UK, and here I think there is a rule or an act saying that Discrimination Act, if I'm not wrong, where if your website is not accessible, they can sue against you and they can claim a large sum of amount. That means you have to develop your website with accessibility features. If you're developing your website with accessibility features, you need to test that accessibility, whether it is working fine. It's not only for, when you think about accessibility, it is not only for someone kind of like blind, someone who will not be able to hear. It's for everyone. There is a number of accessibility issues like color blindness, kind of like that. And in the, so we'll have to address every issues in the website which can be accessible, and we have to make sure we are not discriminating anyone. So we have to develop our website with accessibility features and make sure those developed accessibility features are working fine. Because if you have a website, you can just go through with the accessibility reading tools and then see whether it is working fine. But you have kind of like 200, 150 to 200 odd pages, a number of models, a number of pop-ups coming up, a number of error messages coming up. So everything needs to be kind of like in the accessibility ready, and it should be kind of like easy for the accessible users as well. So that's why we need this accessibility testing. And then if you are thinking about accessibility testing everything manually is not that joke actually. So testing all these 200 plus pages for every release, we are doing like couple of releases minimum to our front end. So if you want to test this 150 to 200 odd pages every release for accessibility, it's not a kind of like possible stuff. So we came up with a solution called automated accessibility testing. So I think that will interest you. Like we have developed some dashboards to alert us saying that there is a problem in accessibility on this page and this things. And the solution that we have developed will give an help to the developers as well to, hey boss, in this particular HTML tag, there is an accessibility violation. What is the cause of that violation and stuff like that. So I don't want to give more details now itself. So I wanted you guys to come and join to our talk. So yeah, we will be in an interactive talk for 30 minutes in the December session. So
Yep.
Come join us.
Absolutely great. So this is on 10th of December, guys, day one of the conference. This is something which is going to go up and up in coming days. As I understand, Indian government is also coming out of the rule and policy similar to the West. USA, it's already existing. UK, it's already there. I think Europe, probably it's already there. India is not too far behind. Indian government and basically the entire IT department running the entire scheme of things in India is also making it mandatory, at least for the government sites. And sooner or later, we'll see for all the other public sites as well. So don't miss this session, guys. So good. Thank you so much. But I would like to quickly ask Gaja and you, if you can give me a few more minutes, can I ask you some more questions?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gaja, how long have you been in UK?
It's almost like 6 years. Yeah.
Okay.
6
Wow.
years.
Do you travel to India?
Recently, I have traveled and came back. Yeah.
Okay. And Shakti, how long you have been in UK?
It's almost like 6 to 7 years.
Wow. And do you like being there, or do you basically see there is a opportunity for you to settle down there, or you want to basically come back to India? What exactly is your long-term plans, if it's okay to ask?
Yeah, that's okay to ask actually. So basically, it's kind of like the work culture that I work here, and the client I work for and the company I work for is so friendly, and I don't want to give a risk of kind of like going to some other place and then kind of like get the what can I say, get the comfortness in other places. Here what I like with my client and my organization is like I can do anything, like I can do any research. I can means if suddenly, because I'm with AWS and React and those microservices and micro front end stuff like that, suddenly if I feel like no, AWS is not that great for us, suddenly if I want to move to GCP, if I can prove that we will be able to move to GCP, there are years to hear me. So I think I don't want to miss opportunity for now, but future is not in my hands, but I'm open to opportunities.
No, that's good. The reason I asked you is more than this. I just want to understand that how has been the testing culture in UK, and how do you see that how can basically there could be an improvement in India as well with respect to the advancement that you're seeing there. Anything that you see there is a gap which
I do have
Yeah.
I do have my offshore team there who is working for us for the same client and things like that. And I'm able to see like the culture is being spread across in different organizations and stuffs like that as well. So if you think about my organization and my client is kind of like we go in a zero touch automation, zero touch testing, and then we go to the zero touch pipeline stuffs like that. So you take anything, we have this layer like a front end layer, back end layer. When I say back end layer, there is a GraphQL layer as well as the REST services with Kubernetes and other AWS Lambda stuffs kind of like that. So anything we deploy to production is zero touch, and we made it enable because we were in the monolithic way of releasing. For example, if I want to say you like 6 years before, it was like 6 to 7 releases per year. You will be amazed if I say the number. Like now we are kind of like 7,000 plus releases per year. So that is where the change from the monolithic to the microservices we brought in, and the change to the testing strategy that we brought in, and we are working on actually.
Amazing. So I'm sure that the pollination, the cross pollination of ideas is definitely there. And with
Yes.
remote working, and I think with COVID around, a lot of people are basically almost on the same line. So just to be on the other side, like, okay, for example, for today's tester who is basically joining afresh, what would you like to recommend, guys? Okay, what would you give your 2 cents of wisdom as to why they should be in testing, and what should they be doing in testing in coming years?
Do you want to answer or?
No, you.
Thank you. So I would say like tester is someone who will be sitting in every place of the software development, right from the requirement gathering till the product is moved to the production. Even after the product is moved to the production, you need to monitor stuffs, things there. So it is like a developer is like someone who gets the requirement and he develops and he does the unit test or something and he says, I've done, can you please test it? And a product owner or a business analyst is someone who says that these are all the requirements, I need this to be delivered as a product or something like that. But a tester or a quality engineer or SDET or a test architect, whatever you call, so he is the person, or he or she is the person who sits right from the software development requirement gathering till the product is going to the production. So he will be there to find the gaps in the kind of like the requirements. And when the developer is developing, he will be kind of like pairing with the developer and say that these are all the not right things and things like that. He will be kind of like developing the tests along with the developer. And even when it comes to the non-functional testing or something like that, he will be kind of like concentrating on every aspect of non-functional testing. He will be thinking about security testing, he will be thinking about performance testing, he will be thinking about contract testing, he will be thinking about accessibility, visual regression, or whatever you want, he will be having thoughts on everything, finding the risks to fix all those risks that the product is going to get developed and released to the customer. So he will find all the risks and he will find the bugs, he will make them to fix and stuffs like that, and then release to the production and post-production monitoring and stuffs like that. So quality engineer is kind of like grown is from mere kind of like tester, like, okay, see a label name is there and see a label name is here, it's passed. No, the culture gone changed, so it's not. Quality culture is completely different now. So budding testers is kind of like there is a vast number of opportunity in testing, and testing is not small, it is really, really very big. And the technology that we are kind of like developing to test stuff is also kind of like, it's very big actually. So it's no way it's kind of like less than developer or any other tech role, I'll say. Maybe that's why the Agile Manifesto is also kind of like removed the role called tester, and now you have only three. When you call about three amigos, it's product owner and the developer, and then your DL or someone. So everyone in the team is called as a developer. So you are again kind of like a developer who can do stuffs actually. Yeah.
Very true. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah. On top of that, I just want to add one more point, like regarding the organization and the client. So yeah, it's very more supportive to learn the new technologies and whatever they implement the new areas in the project itself. So it's supportive and we can learn new things and implement within the project, and we can to the wide audience, we can implement the same within the organization and for the client as well. So yeah, this is the
Very nice. I think that's what is going to make the difference. And I
yeah.
think I agree with you guys that there is an immense potential for every tester. The wide scope is there, learning is there, and obviously there is, if there is an environment like what you guys have, it
Yeah,
would make them more amenable to learning new things, and coming up to
yeah, that's right.
technology would help them a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe we
I
are
did
lucky.
ask one question to Shakti earlier. I'm not going to ask him again, but for Gaj, whether you have been in the industry for 10 years, that's a decade. So how do you keep yourself inspired? What is your success mantra?
Success mantra, yeah. So the thing is like I'm very eager to learn new things, and I can learn new things whenever the new technologies come into the market. I can learn new things, and I can implement the same thing in the project. And in simple words, I can say like learning new things. Yeah.
Absolutely great. I think this is the exact similar thing which I've been hearing from few of these great successful leaders out there, be it Shakti, be it Gaja. So guys, don't miss a chance to learn with them. This is something which is very, very important and right on the up curve of new areas to pick up. Accessibility testing is going to stick with us for maybe many more years. And this one session would be definitely something which I would recommend to everybody. So thank you so much, Shakti. Thank you so much, Gaja. It was very, very nice talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Thank
Aditya.
you.
Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you.
Cheers.
See you. Bye.